Hello, everyone, and welcome to yet another episode of Not Too Late, the only late-night show that can't remember what it had for breakfast. This week, we have members from the Vision Student Government Campaign, but before we get to them, let's look at the headlines this week. A man charged with driving drunk in South Carolina was spraying Axe body spray in his mouth when deputies approached, in an apparent attempt to mask the odor of the alcohol. The driver, quote, was spraying Axe body spray in his mouth when the deputy approached to cover the smell of alcohol on his breath. I must admit that this is quite a creative cover for drunk driving, and it might have even worked if it had not been for the 10 empty beers on the floorboard and the open one in the cup holder. But now that I think about it, there is also a possibility that the driver believed that the smell of Axe would repel the cops, just like it repelled every single girl in middle school. Zambia has banned an energy drink after it was shown to have been spiked with Viagra. The popular energy drink, SX, was found to have up to the equivalent of 2.5 pills per can, leading to customers experiencing excessive sweating and erections lasting over 6 hours. In light of this issue, we can expect to see a few changes within the energy drink industry. First, we should see regulations on what goes in the energy drinks being much stiffer. Next, we should see the Food and Drug Administration being much firmer with the companies that sell these drinks. Also, we can hope that the criminals that spike the energy drinks will face hard time for their crimes. Lastly, we can expect to see some lawsuits against the energy drink company because the evidence against them is rock solid. I'm going to be honest, I had to look up synonyms for hard to write that joke. 9 nurses who work in the labor and delivery unit of a Maine hospital are expecting babies of their own in the next few months. The women are all due to give birth between April and July, according to a Facebook post from Maine Medical Center. In seemingly unrelated news, the head obstetrician for the Maine hospital has gone missing. His wife was quoted in saying, "He knows what he did." A Chicago family is filing a federal lawsuit against the Chicago Police Department, claiming that officers raided a child's birthday party looking for someone who hadn't lived in the building for several years. Stephanie Burris detailed Tuesday that the Chicago police officers knocked down the door of her home, pointed guns at her and her family, and tore up the family's basement apartment. Worse yet, this happened during a birthday party for her 4-year-old son. Even the child's chocolate cake was ruined in the investigation. "Better safe than sorry. You never know with chocolate cake," said your racist uncle. Sheesh. A sword-wielding man who arrived in a luxury car was fatally shot at a Scientology church building on Wednesday. 2 officers suffered non-life-threatening gunshot wounds. This story leaves all of us with only one question. How does a man with a sword cause 2 gunshot wounds? Golden State Warriors forward Jordan Bell was suspended for Wednesday night's game against the Memphis Grizzlies because of, quote, conduct detrimental to the team. Bell's punishment was a result of him making a purchase at the team hotel and putting it on assistant coach Mike Brown's tab. Some sources have claimed that Bell opened a bag of mini-bar almonds, and others believe that he ordered some pay-per-view pornography in his room. But either way, we know that nuts were involved. Of all the ways to get suspended from an NBA game, this has got to be the most ridiculous. Unfortunately, Jordan Bell won't be able to make any of his patented backdoor plays, which ironically is the name of a film he charged to the assistant coach's room. Although this news may be good for the team, for the past few games, Jordan Bell has been a bit of a ball hog, which is ironically the name of a film he charged to the assistant coach's room. Jokes aside, we can rest easy knowing that Bell won't get another 3 in the key penalty, which is ironically the name of a film he charged to the assistant coach's room. Before we get to our guests, we have another co-host coming on to show his stuff. Welcome to the stage, Bryce Reef.
Yeah.
Bryce Reef. Come on out, buddy. What up? You got a monologue? No? You want to stay for the interview? You want to go home? All right. Before we get to our guests, we have a package from our field team, so let's check that out.
Casper, Patrick Swayze, Nearly Headless Nick, King Boo, Ghost Rider, Danny Phantom, all very famous ghosts. But today we focus on a lesser known spirit, Infamous, for stealing socks. Is this basement haunted? Do ghosts lurk these halls on the prowl for lonely socks? This is Shannon Answers, and I'm here to tell you.
My name is Shannon. I never believed in ghosts until I came face to face with one. In addition to being a professional detective, I have also achieved master status in professional ghost hunting. When I heard about this case, I knew I was the only woman right for the job.
Right here I have a ghost presence calibrator given to me by the professionals. So we're just going to use it to see if there's any spirits around here. The results are in.
As if I were a bean in a burrito, I felt surrounded by the ghost's presence. My next step was to attempt to get the spirit to give us some kind of physical affirmation of its residency.
I'm going to set this wall on the ground, and if the spirit returns it to me, that means that they are friendly and that they are here with us. I'm closing my eyes. Spirit, don't be shy.
Never had I ever been more disrespected in my life, but I was determined to continue with the investigation.
Spirit, if you are with us, we mean you no harm. We just want to know where the socks are. Spirit, if you can hear me, knock once for yes and twice for no. Okay. Spirit, if you can hear me, please just be honest. Did you steal the socks from the laundry room? Knock once for yes and twice for no. No? Oh. Okay, so I guess that solves the sock thing. I think they have a lost and found in there actually. But we'll just keep asking questions. Okay, so Spirit, just so happens that I'm single. So would it be okay if I were take you out or something? I don't know. I mean, just hang out or something. So one knock for yes and two knocks for no. What does three knocks mean? Alright, yeah, that's cool. We wanna play some games or something? Alright.
My relationship with the ghost started off very flirty and casual, but then I took out my draw 4 card and things took a dark turn. The ghosts and their gang of ghost gangsters started spewing unbelievable profanities at me. I had to escape.
Get your Capri Sun looking out of here.
A draw 4? How many? You want me to draw 4?
Get your biscuit head out of here. Now I know you didn't come all the way over here just to do that.
You running like that. Look, she's scared. How you ashy and sweaty at the same time? How? Tell me how. How?
Maybe some mysteries are better left unsolved. Back to you and the studio team, Edward.
All right, welcome back to Not Too Late. I'm here with Drew and Jacob from the Vision campaign. How's it going?
Good.
It's good. We're living.
First off, congratulations.
Thank you.
They are our new student government representatives.
Well, not us. To clarify, not us,
Your
but
parts, yeah.
our team. Yes, yes.
Your team. So congratulations on that. So
Thank you.
what exactly does student government do at IU? I assume it's not like in high school where they just kind of hang out with teachers every once in a while.
Yeah, no. So the student government represents all of the undergrads and actually the grad students at Indiana University. And so kind of how the executive branch, which is what we want, the student body president, vice president position. So we organize and we center committees around sustainability, health and well-being, student life, academic affairs, government relations, things that are central issues to students, and we make initiatives and programming around those issues. We also have specific positions, such as my current position in the administration is the liaison to the Big Ten universities. So communicating with other colleges and seeing that we're matching, their standards and initiatives as well. And then also working on with administrators, and we sit on many of their committees, such as the Bloomington Faculty Council, and we work with the IUPD and have liaisons there. We're liaisons to parking ops, liaisons that appeal parking tickets, things like that. We try and get as many students, or at least one student on each of those boards as we can, just to provide some student voice there. So yeah, we do a lot.
Yeah, sounds like it. So what made you interested in running for student government?
Yeah, I can answer that. Originally, I met Bella Mishkin and Matt Stein, and they're some of the two most hardest working people I've ever met in my life. And when they first talked to me about vision, they explained that it was
keep going.
That it was it's a campaign that was centered around student values and expertise. That's all about focusing on figuring out what students want and finding the best policies from that. And
yeah,
I just figure out.
Don't let it bother you.
No, sorry. Yeah. It's very soon. But yeah, figuring out policies that students want and really just trying to make IU a better place.
Awesome.
Than when I came in. Yeah.
You got any questions, buddy?
I feel like he needs a friend.
He's great. No, he's give it up.
Love him.
Okay.
Why did you join student government?
Oh, yeah. So I joined student government my freshman year. I got involved with the campaign. I kind of like campaigns and stuff. I'm studying law and public policy, so it's kind of around what I want to do. But yeah, I started working on just like coming to meetings for the Student Affairs Committee. I was working on like some lighting initiatives and stuff, and kind of through there I've met some really awesome people who have decided to take that step and put their name out there and run. And so I ran the Voice Administration's campaign last year and ran the Vision campaign this year. And we'll hopefully be transitioning into chief of staff in the fall. And yeah, we're excited. I guess I kind of just joined by fault, I guess, just from getting involved. Yeah.
All right. So what are your goals for the term in office? Do you have any goals that you've set for yourself, for the rest of the crew? What all do you want to accomplish?
Yeah.
Well, we have a lot of goals, and those come from our policies, and a lot of those are because of the groups that we've met with, and we figured out what they want to see. So one of our first goals, one of my favorite goals, is to make IUSG more available and let people know that it is a thing that is on campus. And one of the ways that we hope to do that is through monthly IUSG town halls, where we go to different places on campus, and some are about specific things. So maybe one is all about health and well-being, or maybe one's all about scooters, and say, what do you think about this?
Scooters?
Yeah, scooters.
You're the town, about birds and limes?
Yeah.
Well, IUSG has a big hand in providing students resources for scooters. So we gave a big helmet giveaway earlier this week as well. We gave away 200 helmets, and I think just under 2 hours. It was crazy.
That's awesome.
So yeah, we try and distribute resources because we do serve really as a liaison between the government at IU and the government between the city. So working with them to make sure that everyone's safe.
Awesome.
Scooters are cool.
They are. So if people want to get involved with IUSG, what's the first step? How do they come in contact with you guys if they want to chat with you? Just how do people get involved?
So our website is vision-iusg.com, and we're going to leave that up for about another month. going into office. But you can definitely contact us through there. There's a link where you can join the team. There's a link where you can also submit your issues to us. We have an On Our Radar page because we understand that the scope of student government is often limited to issues such as like mold. We can't really touch that. It's more of like an RPS, like over our head sort of issue, although we can still advocate and make sure that that is at the top of our list when we're going and having these conversations with administration. But really just, it's a transparent way for us to show students what we are aware of, even though we can't make a policy with 10 actionable steps to it, and letting them know that these are issues on our mind and we understand that this is what you're going through and we're going to advocate for you. So you can definitely submit something to the On Our Radar page or the join us, or just email us at visioniusg@gmail.com.
Awesome. All right. Well, before we get to our game, we have another field segment. We'll be right back.
Sebastian, on the street. Sebastian, on the street.
All right. Welcome back to Not Too Late. And in the spirit of the IU student government election, we're going to have our own election for president of Not Too Late. The catch is, we don't know the campaign name, why we got into the campaign, our slogan, or any of our campaign goals. And we won't find them out until we're up here giving our speech. The winner will be chosen by the audience and will become the president of Not Too Late for the 2019-2020 school year. Let's play. So just an explanation. I have 4 cups back here. Campaign name, why I got into campaigning, 3 goals for our campaign, and then our ending slogan. I will now draw all of them and then make up a complete campaign speech. Ooh. These were written by a lot of our writers, and they are interesting. I'll grab those next. All right, so I'm Tucker Scanlon, and I'm here to talk to you today about sweat. No, not what comes out of you, but rather what inspires you. I'm here to represent the sweat campaign, to run for president of Not Too Late. And before I go into it, I'm going to give you a little bit of background about why I got into politics. I only recently got into politics when my local vegetation hub was robbed. Now, I know all of us in our local hometowns have vegetation hubs. You may call them greenhouses, but I prefer to say vegetation hub. And after hearing it got robbed, I felt there was no justice. Sure, they didn't take a single thing. Sure, all they did was smell the flowers. But I thought that was unjust. So I decided to get into politics so I could represent all of the local vegetation hub owners. So the first major point of my campaign is that I want to eliminate all buses that I do not use. Yeah. I know we got a lot of PC candidates running, but not for me. I use the X bus and the A bus, and that's the only buses that are necessary. The only place that a student should need to go is the stadium and right back to campus, because all we care about is our games and our studies. If you live in the city, sorry, no bus. The second point of my campaign.
Boy.
I would like to unfreeze the Herman B. Wells statue. For too long, that beautiful man has been frozen with his arm extended. And just one day, I'd like to take his arm and do a salsa dance with the man. No other president wants that except for this guy. Now, I don't know why IU froze him in carbonite. Maybe he did something evil that I'm unaware of. But all I know is that he deserves a second chance, and the only way he's going to get it is by being unfrozen. Now, for the final point in my campaign, toaster strudel is mandatory.
Yes, yes.
Now, I know some of you may be going around saying, I don't like toaster strudel. It's too sweet. I prefer Pop-Tarts. Or even, I'd rather just eat an egg for breakfast. Not on my watch. A huge part of being a member of a student body is unity. And if we're all eating different breakfasts, there's no unity. Now, you can put the frosting on however you want, but as long as we're all eating the same thing, I'd like to think that we're all one. I'd like to leave you with my campaign slogan before closing this out. We will see it when we believe it. Thank you very much. All right.
All right. Oh, sorry. All right. I'm next. I'm going to play. Here we go. Okay. Good morning. My name is Drew Ficacello, and I am here to represent the Roomba campaign. I began the Roomba campaign after the 5th rebirth of the
Necromancer.
The High Father bestowed upon me the birthright of the Necronomicon, with which I will bring true righteousness to realm without solitude. I really like what is that? Necromancing is so important to the Not So Late Show. Our host, Tucker, loves Necronomicon. So I feel, and the only way to stay true to the Not So Late Show is to really relay all of the best qualities in our favorite host, the Necromancer. And you know, the Roomba campaign stands on 3 main values. One of them is tampons in every computer lab. This is, yeah. Absolutely. So on campus, we do have tampons in every public restroom. I think that's a win. For free. Tampons and pads. But putting tampons in every computer lab is something that is central to the Not So Late Show. They're always in the labs. I mean, everyone's always working so hard, and we have women on the Not So Late Show team that would really appreciate a more convenient solution, which would be putting tampons in the computer labs. I see no problem with it. Neither does Roomba. And the second value we hold closest to us is to fill the Showalter fountain with seed. The type of seed, who knows? Legalization is soon. It's near us. They're saying among 10 years. It's soon to be 10 years. And you know, the Not Too Late Show, they want to fill it with seeds. Okay.
Fill it with
Seeds. Seeds, and then obviously the water pours on. It already has the sunlight. Maybe we can figure out something for the dirt. It'll grow somehow. The fish, maybe that will make the fish come to life. The fish could grow.
Ooh.
Who knows? Okay. Cheese is not optional is the last thing about the Roomba campaign. Like we said, this is the Necromancer after the 5th rebirth. Cheese is no longer optional. And so we really believe here at the Not Too Late Show, we're late, but not too late. So vote Roomba.
Wait, you gotta get your slogan.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. We have one more. It's late, not too late, but the battle for eternity begins. Yes, and that's for sure.
Excellent.
All right.
Cool.
You got the remainder.
Oh, so
Here we
excited.
go.
The remainder. My favorite. Hello, my name is Jacob Cecina, and I am the presidential candidate for the Rewind campaign. Thank you. Hope for applause. I'm running this campaign for one reason, and one reason only. And I want to share that with you. It's a deeply personal reason. It's because when I was 8, I found ham. I found it. And ever since then, I've been inspired. It has inspired me to join Not Too Late, and it has inspired me to go further in everything that I do. Because when I found that ham, I was in a low place, all right? I was 8. That's elementary school. Who likes elementary school? Nobody. I didn't. But the ham was the thing that really helped. Let me tell you a little bit about some of my campaign goals. Here first, my first campaign goal, and this is an important one, that's why it's first, encouraged a 9:45 p.m. curfew for police. There we go. Someone had to say it. Thank you. Someone had to say it, and look, we've all been thinking about it. Police, 11 p.m., who needs it? Come on. What happens at 11 p.m.? People are asleep. Crimes don't happen. Nobody's out. If you're up at 3 a.m., I mean, it's obviously just like eating ice cream, sitting around, watching Gilmore Girls. I mean, that's what I do at 3 a.m. So I don't expect anybody else to be doing anything else, all right? So that's why it's my first policy. First goal, excuse me. My next, my next one, and this, look, I care about police, and I care about the penal system, and that's why my next goal is free felon parking at Wells. Yeah, that's right. Felons for thank you. For far too long, felons have not been able to park. Where do they park? SGIS? There isn't a parking lot there. Where do they park? The IMU? That's terrible. Have you ever parked there? It took me 20 minutes to get in. And I was like 2 blocks away the whole time. I just didn't go to class. I just sat in my car, and look, felons need a place to go, okay? When they need to go study, hit the books, how are they gonna get over this, okay? They're felons, they need to find a way to advance their lives. They can't be just put in a box and said, you're not good enough for society. We need to reform them, all right?
With free parking?
With free parking. Thank you. All right, my last one, and this is very important, is public toothpaste access. Public toothpaste access. Toothpaste public access. Toothpaste access. Look, for far too long, we've lived in a society where people don't have toothpaste. People's teeth are falling out. Look, at this point, I've just been brushing with just a brush. It's not effective, and my dentist says, every time I go, he says, Jacob, use toothpaste. And I say, who am I talking to? We're in an alley. Why do you have hands? I don't understand. Where am I? And look, that's why I think that we need public toothpaste access. All right. So let me leave you with this final thought. My slogan for the Rewind campaign. And that is, no ifs or ands, only buts. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Vote for me.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent, both of you. Audience, who do you think won? The Necromancer. All right, clap for the Necromancer if you want the Necromancer to win.
Okay.
All right, clap for Jacob if you believe he deserves to win.
Thank you. Thank you.
What about this guy? All right, it was so loud that it was too thunderous. I couldn't hear much.
I didn't hear anything.
That was great.
My ears are ringing.
Great stuff. I actually have a gift for the Vision campaign to share.
No way.
Oh,
Congratulations. Would you look at that? Adele keyboard.
Heck yeah!
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
Love it.
Thank you.
I've always wanted one.
Thank you all for coming out, and congratulations on your win. I'm
Thank
really
you.
excited to see what you all do in this next year. Tune in next time where Jesse Eisenberg and I will be making homemade bread. And don't forget, it's not too late to learn to play the banjo. Thank you for coming out.